Long before smartphones and social media, long before hustle culture, the market, or the almighty dollar, God gave his people Sabbath. Not as a punishment, not as a limitation, but as liberation. Sabbath was God's way of teaching his people, you do not have to live like slaves anymore. And that reminder, that truly prophetic command, may be exactly what we need to hear this morning. Because rest has become incredibly popular in our culture. But the Sabbath is not just God's version of self-care. As author and theologian Walter Brueggemann said, Sabbath is an act of resistance against a culture of endless production and consumption. And maybe that's exactly why we struggle with Sabbath. Because Sabbath confronts the lie that our value comes only from what we produce. Rest may be honestly the most popular and uncontroversial command of Jesus' today. Because it's a lot easier to take a day off than to work hard and love my neighbor sometimes. But our culture prioritizes rest, usually for one reason and one reason only. So we can go back to work, so we can be more efficient. We take a mental health day so we can be more productive tomorrow. We get better sleep so we can optimize our performance. We practice mindfulness so we can stay sharp in the office. In the 21st century, even Sabbath rest can just become another form of self-improvement. But Sabbath is not a wellness routine. We do not Sabbath so we can crush it on Monday. We do not rest because productivity is ultimate and we simply need to recharge the battery. That is the restful wellness routine of our culture. Biblical Sabbath is something far more deep. Sabbath is an act of worship. It's an act of trust. And it is an act of resistance. It is one day every week where we stop trying to prove ourselves to the world and remember that God is already holding everything together and was doing it far before we ever popped onto this planet.